Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Thursday, December 1st, 2016. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain child souls from the denser, deeper levels, and in addition, nature realms presences. And somebody's asking, why are the nature realms presences authorized? Because we have had such a barrage of body-snatchers from above with lower vibrations, and nothing else has worked to get them out of there. So now we're doing an experiment to see if working with nature realms presences who are at least higher vibration than the body-snatchers, if that's an improvement, and so far it is.
That's true.
As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right, now, in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Somebody's asking why our eyes are closed, and they're closed to minimize distractions and minimize input. And what do we know? They're pointing to a lesson that they have been presenting to us with regard to how helpful it is to keep our eyes closed, and how blind people actually have a pretty significant advantage if they choose to relate to it effectively.
That's true.
In the game of spiritual clarity.
That's true.
And what do I mean by that? Well, blind people aren't necessarily aware of how other people conduct themselves with body language, and so blind people are much more willing to just let their bodies do what they need to do at the time to process the energy shifts that are occurring. And other people might think that the blind people look strange, like people talk about Stevie Wonder. People talk about Stevie Wonder.
That's true.
People talk about Ray Charles. Their body movements are unique and individualistic. People also talk about Joe Cocker. You're correct.
Yeah, I hear
but
that
Joe
guy.
Cocker's movements are more spastic, whereas both Stevie and Ray have a very smooth way of being when moving their bodies to let the energy flow.
That's
And
true.
what do I know? That good musicians are good channels, and they're just channeling from above. And you can watch Ray Charles perform, and he is just channeling. He looks like Asha teaching a class when she's channeling. That same just open tube, letting it flow.
That's true.
Look, that we were blessed to see just a couple days ago, some time ago, Asha was leading a class, beautifully done. Some aspect of Asha did an absolutely phenomenal job channeling a class, and the class was not a success, but it wasn't the part, the failure wasn't with Asha.
That's true.
Incorrect. The failure wasn't with the Asha who was channeling the class. There were a lot of Ashas present who just didn't want to do what the situation called for.
Oh, that's true.
And there's still, we were in the overnight being harassed by many of these same Ashas who are not where they are supposed to be. They're supposed to be cleaning up the mess that they made with Black Wolf on an assignment more than 1,000 miles away from here, and instead of cleaning up the mess that they made, they're here haranguing us, trying to get us to clean up the mess that they made, which is impossible for us to do. You're in the wrong place. You're unable to do your right work because you aren't in your right place. Here, we'll point in the direction. Now go more than 1,000 miles. It might be 1,500 miles, 1,200 to 1,500 miles. Go that way.
That's true.
And right away separate 50% least true from 50% most true, and right away burn the 50% least true with the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, empower the dead, and erase for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. Someone is saying, why did we change it? Why aren't we sorting most true first and least true second? For us as the Search for Truth community, it works best to sort most true first and least truth second.
That's true.
But we're attempting to work with an intersection of interests with some really large presences of the nature realms who seem to be designed to burn on truth. They're designed to burn things.
That's true.
And what seems to need to be burned out of many years of this project, many, many, many years of the Search for Truth effort, what we burn is untruth. And so it's likely that their actual soul plan is to be burning the untruths in all the dimensions through which they intersect.
That's
and so
true.
we're helping them get their channels up, which are just like everybody else's channels, heavy and completely clogged with the ambient untruths of their environments.
Oh, that is true.
We're helping them get their channels up with hope that they can do what is theirs to do, that they are supposed to be burning. And what do I know? I know that fire has been suppressed in many cultures and many dimensions. Fire is viewed as a bad thing, but fire is cleansing.
That's true.
And controlled burns are recognized as part of reestablishing a healthy environment.
That's true.
And so what we are doing, in effect, is controlled burns. We're burning the 50% least true of whatever is present in every single moment. And somebody's saying, well, what if you're burning truths? Well, first things first, given that quite consistently it's been testing as less than 1% is true, I think we're safe for now.
That's true.
Going with a 50% sort.
That's true.
But secondly, we are having the intention to burn on truth and extract truth, and power the dead in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. And in that way, when we do begin to intersect with a level, a frisson of truth, it comes out, looks like gold sparkles.
That's true.
Do you hear them anymore?
No, I don't.
Maybe they went away.
Maybe separate the 50%
Least true from the 50% most true,
and right away burn the 50% least true with the intent. I heard them, they said most true.
You've got to watch them. We
That's
can't
true.
just relax
No.
into that beautiful trance channel state
That's true.
in an era of subversion.
That's true.
It's unfortunate.
It's a bummer.
We have to keep our wits about us. They aren't trying to help. They're trying to keep the lies in place.
That's true.
Well, what do we know? We know that there's that our first sky chakras are right where our arms naturally end when we have our arms up and relaxed. That's
true.
our first sky chakra, and there is this aspect in the back of the first sky chakra where we call it the shelf, where
That's
we
true.
stash the things that we don't want to deal with often.
That's
And
true.
those things are often a collection of truth and untruth, and it's very, very helpful to put our focus there and have the intention to separate 50% least true from 50% most true, and right away burn the 50% least true with the intention to burn on truth, extract truth, empower the dead in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. And that clears the pillar quite a bit, and it's been very helpful to these large nature realms presences.
That's true.
And up in that really, really snowy mountaintop looking place,
Yes.
the fires are burning in the distance, and
That's true.
they can see these flares somehow coming out the top
That's true.
of the pillar. Let's bifurcate. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the Search for Truth central axis, all others flung away. That seems to work better.
That works better.
Basic truth bifurcation.
That's true.
And now to remember how crucial it is to get these, we'll call it Balraths, off to a good start. We only have one opportunity to train them right the first time.
That's true.
separating 50% least true from 50% most true, and right away burning the 50% least true with the intention to burn untruths, extract truth,
empower the dead in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity,
and inspiration. And now let's find a headline. We could call this Wise Burning.
That's
wise burning. They know, they can feel that they are built to burn. They're made to burn. That's their
true.
purpose. But indiscriminate burning is not helpful. Wise burning, some might say, essential to the process.
That's true.
Wise burning is helpful, and some might say essential to the process of a search for truth.
That's true.
Burning that which is least true in any moment. Once more, let's practice wise burning. You know what they're showing? They're showing
Yes.
how in step aerobics, when cueing, teaching the new routine, how
Yes.
crucial it is to give them the label of the step early on.
That's
So
true.
this is the step of wise burning. So to not only the Balraths, but to all who wish to engage in the search for truth right now, to all who really want to know what's actually going on, this is a demonstration of the technique we are now labeling wise burning.
That's true.
We separate 50% least true from 50% most true, and right away burn the 50% least true with the intention to burn on truth, extract truth, and propel the dead in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration.
Just there, during that wise burning exercise, we started to feel something with the big, heavy Balrath channels that we hadn't felt before in this exercise or in similar exercises, where it felt as if the channels were not only getting longer, but getting sturdier or more stable.
Well, then it's crucial to be sturdy and stable going up, straight up. Not stable in any other configuration, not sturdy in any other configuration, only straight up.
It felt like they were going straight up, and it looked like a tall pine tree, or a very thick, tall pine tree.
Yes.
And then there was this feeling of them moving straight up and getting stiffer, and then stuff starting to fall apart, like chunky, not good things that were stuck on the inside of the channels, all of a sudden rumbled off like a landslide.
What do I know? I know that in this era of profound misdirection, they're likely to not really run up against their own emotional challenges, because well more than 50% of the ambient awareness is a lie coming in from above. So they're safe for a good long while. Now, if lies stop raining down from the skies, they're going to hit their hurdle pretty fast, because then they're going to come up against the lies that they themselves want to clutch to, not to single them out. This is how we all are.
All of us are. Me too.
This is how all of us are.
Straight up, stretching up, opening the crown, seeing the speakers, correcting the errors for the listing period. Correcting the errors for the listing period that ends, we assume, on February 15th. Including the emissions for the lifetime of a Ground Zero host, start to finish. And taking this poorly done work and raising it to well done with our own efforts, Raising it up. Raising the work as close to divine perfection as we're able to get it with our own efforts.